Ladies and gentlemen, an auspicious occasion has occurred. I'm here at Super7. I didn't think I'd get him, but I got him. The creator of Mummy Boy, the one and only Brian Flynn. Hey, Brian, what's going on, man? So let's talk about what's new and exciting over here. So let's start with Godzilla on these guys over here, the blind boxes. I love these. Love these.
So obviously, this is Godzilla Shogun Series 2. So we've taken the classic, scaled it down. Some tributes in here. It's the red with black and silver is a tribute to the 78 Opie. You've got the Marathon 66 tribute with the navy and silver. Burning Godzilla and then Ghost here.
Nice, nice. Speaking of Ghost, let's go over here. You got all the new Papas, and there's a Papa 5 is coming.
Papa 5 is coming. So a lot of the Ghost figures that we've made over the years have been sold out for a long time. People keep asking us when we're going to make them again. So we're making them again. They're coming out in the blind box, a little bit more affordable for everyone. And you know, you got Ghost Feratu, you got it all.
Love it, love it, love it. Never go wrong with the Misfits.
Same sort of thing, like the red and black Misfits.
And I missed my Jerry Only. I never got them.
Oh,
sad,
okay.
And you know.
So now's your chance to get your Misfits, and they come in coffins. What more could you ask for?
That's even better. And then I see the Monster Island Godzillas are pretty awesome too.
Yeah, it's a really cool set with Baragon, Megalon, Mechagodzilla, and Godzilla 62. And then the chase is actually this black glitter Mechagodzilla.
So now a property that I have missed a long time is this Dungeons and Dragons. Congratulations on doing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I love this show as a kid.
Me too. Every Saturday morning. 10 o'clock I think it was on, right?
I was trying to make this product for years and years and years, and so we finally got that opportunity. And no, they're great figures, and obviously
action figures aside, how exciting was it to bring Tiamat to life?
Yeah, and look at the size. And even then, while this thing is gigantic compared to these figures, it's still, depending on what you're looking at in the animation, still too small. But I think anything bigger than this would be very difficult to put in your house.
So I have to ask you, is Venger coming?
Well, you know, it would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we gotta finish getting through wave 1 before we get to that.
Yeah, so not to skip around this is great. The Iron Giants are great. So I like this fun line. This is unique. This is new to me.
So there's a lot of people that only know it for action figures, but we've been making vinyl figures in Japan for 24 years.
Holy smoke, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but volume is very hard to get, as well as the price point's really high. So like even our Mummy Boys at this scale are $65 each going into Japan.
Right.
And they usually only last a few minutes online because of that. So we've been working for a number of years trying to figure out how we can do what we do in Japan, but bring it back to an American audience in a more affordable way. So they're actual 2-part vinyls, they're real vinyl figures, not PVCs that say vinyl figure, and just really trying to do what we do in Japan and make it available for customers here in the States.
Sweet.
Yeah, really.
And Charlie Brown. You can't go wrong with Charlie Brown stuff.
Snoopy,
Franklin's a unique one. You don't see Franklin anywhere.
You see him from us.
No, for you guys, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, even then, I mean, look at how cute that count is.
Yes, I was counting before in the short video.
Yeah.
So let's do more Godzilla stuff. I love that you have a -1 collection of the blind boxes.
So last year we did the -1 Ultimate, and
that's fantastic.
And so we keep restocking this because, you know, we want people to be able to get it. So it's constantly being restocked. That's back in right now. We just not too long ago did the -1 reaction figure, and then there's the -1 blind boxes, all different sculpts of -1. You've got the Train Biter, you've got the Atomic Breath, you've got the Roaring, and then you've got the Translucent Blues, you know, from movies. Just
so
like
now, one of the things I said that was very exciting to see was this Godzilla of the Remco model. Aurora model, sorry.
The Remco's the glow-in-the-dark cards we have over there.
Ah, okay. But this was a fantastic memory for me of this.
Yes. It's such a cool kit.
And I said, I was saying when I was doing my overview, I said, you know, I had about 5 of them over the years because I broke them. Because I said it didn't stay as a model for me because there was no Godzilla action figure. So you'd have him chasing around stuff. Yeah. And of course, the Cherry Blossom Festival is a great idea for Godzilla and Jet Jaguar. Now,
really great.
Let's go back over to music because there's some exciting music stuff that I saw you doing. Spinal Tap for the first time ever, I think.
No, well, we did this Spinal Tap, and these are pretty much gone. And so, you know, just like the movie, they get the record out, and it's like, it's all black cover. It's like, how much more black could this be? Well, it's none. None more black. And it is black cardback, black logos, black outfits, none more black Spinal Tap.
And speaking of black, you got Vince Neil and Motley Crue and the rest of the guys.
So the first Motley Crue wave we did blew out, and we were talking about how we bring it back. What do we do? And if you remember, Shout Out the Devil, it's just a black pentagram on a black cover. And so we came back here and all black on black Motley Crue.
And Nikki Sixx was here. He came down.
He
right?
came by and we took a picture.
Nice. All right, we got the rap guys. We got the sponsor, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, one of my favorites. I love Cobra, of course, by the way. Big Cobra commander.
So, you know, we've been making Reaction and G.I. Joe forever, and we finally got the rights to do O-Ring, what we're calling Reaction Plus. That's what the O is.
Now, what is O-Ring for people that don't know what that is?
So if you, it is, there's a hook inside the arms and at the waist and the head and everything. And you put an O-ring inside that elasticity pulls the tension in to keep it in place.
Oh.
And that can be replaced. So that's how this is all assembled. So that's the O for the O-ring, and the plus is the screw in the back that you unscrew to replace your O-ring.
Interesting.
So the O-ring articulation has 12 points of articulation as opposed to 5 in typical Reaction. And this was really introduced domestically through the G.I. Joe line, some other lines like A-Team, and there's a bunch of stuff in South America that was made in this articulation pattern, but really bringing this articulation pattern back through G.I. Joe. Wave 1 and Wave 2 are pretty much all sold out. I think there's some Cover Girls and some Dukes left, but that's about it. And then Wave 3 is Zartan, Cold Slither, Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander, and Zartan.
Now, I don't know who Raymar was, or I don't know who Fatal Fluffy was.
So these are different mini-series within the show.
Right.
So Duke gets kidnapped at one point, and he has a mind control headband, and he has to actually fight Raymar. Raymar is a slave that's been imprisoned by Cobra, and that eventually helps him. And so he's this giant figure. And the Fatal Fluffies are one where they're going into space, and they start as these little cute guys that are a gift from Cobra Commander. Why they accepted the gift, I still don't know. And then they later morph into these giant fire-breathing monsters.
Nice.
And they have whips and everything.
Now, you brought back something else from my youth, Micronauts.
Yeah, using that same. So Micronauts had a very, very similar articulation pattern. And what we wanted to do is take that O-ring style, bring it back on Micronauts, but also like what was out of scale. So Baron Karza actually, in the old days, has nothing to do with the original Microman line in Japan.
Okay.
He was a character called Kotetsu Jig or Steel Jig in Japan. And the tooling for Baron Karza was lost in bankruptcy to another
he was all
company.
magnets.
He was. And so they took that tooling, changed the head, and turned him into Baron Karza.
Interesting.
So it's completely out of scale, but it's bad
like
to the bone.
5 or 6 inches tall.
Yeah, and he had the steed and everything.
Had the steed, Andromeda, right?
Yeah.
The horse was
And so this was scaling Baron Karza now. So now he's at the same scale as your Pharoids and your Time Travelers and Space Gliders and everything. And same thing with Biotron, scaling him from 12 inches down to 3 3/4, but
So-
in the O-ring format.
Going back to the metal side, Motorhead, look at that.
Yeah, Lemmy. It's how you imagine Lemmy always is, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, the 5.5 inch vintage style for us. We've done Conan up to this point. We did Conan and Warpaint Conan. We've got Lemmy. You have the Misfits as well as Sam Hain and Danzig.
Yeah, it's amazing that you got Sam Hain now too. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think these are going to blow off the shelves.
They're going to do great.
Awesome. Great stuff. What's next though? What's the next
Come
plan?
on, I just showed you all
You
this
showed me
new
everything, but I know you have a secret or two that you
I
can.
have tons of secrets. I'm not telling
You
you.
tell me none of them. You can't even give me a clue.
Come on, look at all this.
I
new
know,
stuff
it's
I just
amazing. I know, I'm trying to push the envelope. How's the toy fair been for you though? It's been a packed booth, as always.
I'm trying my best.
I love it. You do your best. Excellent. Well, I'm going to let you get back to talking to buyers and other vendors and stuff like that. Brian Flynn. Flynn, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Boom. Thank you, my friends, for watching and tuning in. We'll put links so you get it. It's Super7 store, right? Super7.
No, Super7.com.
Super7.com. Well, I'll put it down there anyway, too. All right. I'll see you next time, my friends. Thanks for watching. It's me. It's Ken. Bye.